Hello, everyone. Welcome to your love reading for the second half of July from the 16th all the way through the 31st. Before we get into the actual reading, I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the lineup changes moving forward. So if you want to just head on over to the main reading, I will timestamp it down below. You can go ahead and skip this section if you're not interested in listening. Alright guys, so let me just talk a little bit about what's going on. So I did announce recently that I will be deleting my Patreon page, and the reason why I am doing that is because I recently just started a new job as a cake decorator, which is something that I've actually done for many years, but with the pandemic and everything that happened, I actually had a baking business that didn't survive the pandemic. And so I was doing that at the same time that I was doing my YouTube channel. And so once that baking business phased out and I had an LLC and everything going on, and it was just costing way too much to continue having the LLC without actual sales going on during the pandemic. And so basically I was forced to end that business. And so I was in the midst of really getting rid of a lot of bakery supplies and pans and things of that nature. And one of my dear friends from years ago, they actually own a baking business and offered me a job as a cake decorator. And so I love it. And it's definitely taking up a lot more of my time throughout the week. So part of the lineup changes moving forward is I will, of course, still do the love forecasts for the first half of the month as well as the second half of the month, but we are going to basically be getting rid of the extended readings. So what you see on YouTube will be a full reading, and there will be no need to head on over to Patreon to watch the extended. It was just a lot of work to have to produce 24 videos every 2 weeks, and just, with the schedule change and a brand new job, that's just not something I'm going to be able to sustain. So first half of the month, second half of the month, every zodiac sign will receive a full reading moving forward. And for those who have purchased membership on Patreon, since I'm going to be closing down the Patreon page as of July 31st, I didn't feel the need to separate the videos, and so therefore you can definitely watch the entire reading here on YouTube and no need to head over to Patreon to watch the extended. Alright guys, so for those who did end up purchasing a Patreon membership, thank you so very much for your love and support there. It's definitely much appreciated, guys, more than you will ever know. But as a result of this change, I'm just not able to continue to do that, and just don't have enough time in the day or the energy to be able to put forth that same effort and be able to give you guys quality readings. So moving forward, as I've mentioned, I'm just going to go ahead and do the 12 first half as well as the second half. And then we're doing a lot more live streams throughout the week. Well, when I say a lot, it's 2 live streams per week. The ones on Wednesdays are Super Chat Wednesdays, where it really gives folks the opportunity, a chance to get a mini live reading for a super chat, at least a minimum super chat of $9.99. And so if that's something that you're interested in, to be able to book a reading during the live stream, you can get it at a discounted rate rather than booking it on my website, since many readings range from $35 to $75 on my website. So it's definitely a lot more economical and gives you advice, and it's just a mini reading, so it's not a longer reading like what you could book on my website for the more expensive readings, but just a quick glimpse into your situation. So that's on Wednesdays, and moving forward we're probably going to start doing it at 3 as compared to the 2 p.m. time slot that we've done previously. And then we're still trying to determine the other day and time for the second live stream for the week, so I'll go ahead and announce that as soon as I'm able to figure out my schedule. And you can always check my community tab here on YouTube as well as on my Instagram page if you follow me there. All right, guys, so I think as far as that, I think that's as far as all the changes. And then I'll try to definitely get the intuitive channeled messages posted every Friday like I have. But that might also actually end up changing more than likely to Sunday since I work a full day on Friday. So I'm just kind of now thinking about it, and we're probably going to have to switch that day since I'm tapped out. Like, this is a very hands-on, on your feet all day type job. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it. It's something I'm very passionate about, but it's exhausting. You know, having to just get back into that grind of waking up early, having a full day of work for it's a part-time job, but it's definitely a full day of work for several days out of the week. All right, guys, so that's the change that's happening. And let's get right into your zodiac reading for the second half of July. Let's get into your reading here, Pisces, for the second half of July from the 16th through the 31st. General as always, guys, so please keep that in mind throughout the reading and take from it what makes sense for you personally and release what doesn't make sense. So I'll be starting with the Mardi Gras Oracle deck by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot to take a look at what's going on, especially with your love connection, of course, whoever it is that you're focused on. All right, so here we go. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Pisces. What do we need to know? And forewarning, I don't know what it is about today. There's so much noise going on around my neighborhood, from planes to trucks to dogs barking. Oh my gosh, it's been crazy. So I apologize in advance for any noise. All right, Pisces. What's going on here? We have gesture. Okay, so hopefully it's a nice gesture. Let's see what else. Unresolved issues. Interesting. Let's grab maybe one or two more. There could be someone that you are in separation from who wants to be able to maybe reach out because there are unresolved issues here. Prosperity. That's really nice. So this could also be bringing up perhaps your finances, job opportunities, to be able to put you in a place of abundance in your life, Pisces. Let's grab one more card here for Pisces. An absent. Look at that. So either, well, ultimately what I'm feeling here is that there's somebody that either you are thinking about them or, of course, they're thinking about you. We have a mask here in this photo. So usually when we see that mask, it's somebody who's pretending to be something that they're not, or they could have been hiding things from you. Maybe they weren't comfortable sharing everything about who they were or are. Something about these unresolved issues here. So I'm ultimately feeling there could be somebody that you are in separation from. Part of this gesture might be to either communicate with you, to reach out, or something as simple as to come clean about whatever these issues might be, or to simply apologize for their actions, or to even gain some closure there. So let's dig a little bit deeper and see what we can grab from the tarot. I'll pull from my TANIELU tarot deck here for you, Pisces. Angels and spirit guides, please. All right, here we go. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Pisces. So if they're absent, they're not in your life, or you could certainly be the absent one. You're not in theirs. And these unresolved issues may or may not even have anything to do with you. Maybe they came into the relationship with these unresolved issues, and maybe you were just simply a part of the casualty of what was going on, and maybe that could maybe explain why you guys are in separation, or why the relationship is going through some challenges, or why you guys are not together. Look at that, Four of Swords. So yeah, this is a resting period right here. Recuperation. There's clearly some healing that needs to happen, Pisces, between you and this person, or just the overall scenario as to how this is affecting your life right now. We do have the Seven of Wands, which can be, as we can see, territorial. So you could have been dealing with somebody like that. The Seven of Wands is tapped into perseverance. It could also be that you might be protecting your heart space right now so that you don't want to, of course, interact with this person, or you just don't want to get hurt. We do have the Three of Wands, and it's interesting. We have another Seven of Cups, many options. Okay, so just know that if this person that you are at a distance from, if you're protecting your heart space and if you're guarding your heart because you don't want to get hurt by them, what I see here is the universe is kind of pushing you to go in a different direction where you can create this progress, meaning that you can move forward, not just in your love life, but prosperity, abundance, finances, job opportunities. So as we can see right here, you really do have many choices, many opportunities, many options that are before you, so that you can make different choices, so that you can go in a different direction to find what it is that you're looking for. Okay, so if it's not going back to a connection that didn't ultimately work out and you guys went into separation, you can make different choices to move forward and find love elsewhere, for example. But this is really interesting. We've got the Judgment card and we have the Six of Cups. So what this is telling us here is there's somebody who's missing you. They're feeling very nostalgic about you. This is somebody more than likely from your past, so maybe an ex, and they have clearly gone through this awakening here, or they're about to, and part of that energy is that they have really evaluated how things were before and maybe really wanting to create some change for you guys to reconnect. Six of Cups, nostalgia tied into those happy memories that you guys have shared, but there's this desire for a reunion, clearly, when it comes to somebody from your past, and that could be what this gesture is about. It could be something as simple as reconnecting, reaching out to get the conversation started. I really love how this is the bottom card. We've got the Six of Wands, which is success and victory. You put that together with prosperity, and I really do feel, especially for your life purpose, your career options, you could be very prosperous and successful in that area. But that could pertain to your romantic partnerships as well. It simply comes down to the choices that you make moving forward. Okay, so let's grab some dialogue here. Or not dialogue, not quite yet. Let's go ahead and grab some messages from the Hidden Truth Oracle. This is by All Things Intuitive. So when it comes to the person that's either thinking of you, or of course you are thinking of them, what is it that they would like to say to you? Now, some of these words could even be how you're feeling and what you would like to convey to them, but maybe are unable to because you guys are not together. Angels and spirit guides, please. For Pisces. Ooh, this is interesting. You and I were too young. I remember every detail of that day. Why is that significant? Okay. So if we go back to the Six of Cups, now take it if it applies. This could be young love. This could be childhood sweethearts. There's something tied into nostalgia there. But as you can see, these memories, they remember every part of it. They remember every detail of what it was like to be with you, or maybe the last time that you guys even saw each other. Wow, let's grab one more. Look at this. I know I messed up everything. So they did something here to ruin the partnership, whatever that might entail. Okay, so let's grab some tarot here. I'll be pulling from my Valentine Connection Tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Pisces. Angels and spirit guides, please. So take it if it applies. If you guys really were too young to take things too seriously, or to even commit by way of, let's say, marriage, but clearly they did something here to ruin the partnership. And look at this. We've got the Three of Swords. It doesn't necessarily have to be a love triangle or a third party, but it can mean that. Okay? Three of Swords, very painful. It's heartbreak. It is sorrow. It is a separation. Divine Feminine, you are coming in as the Empress. Now, some of you guys, Divine Feminine, you could represent Taurus, and you could be watching, cross-watching for a masculine Pisces. You guys could have already had a child or children together, or there could have been infidelity here through a love triangle. They could have also done very foolish things when they were young. The Magician, the Six of Pentacles. We've got the Knight of Cups. So this could have certainly been a very romantic partnership. What's required is equality with that Six of Pentacles, being able to give as much as you receive. But if there was, for example, if there was a love triangle, or if somebody was distracted by other things or people, that they weren't fully focused and invested in the relationship. Because this right here is about two people who are equally invested. So it could have even been, take it if it applies, it could have been the masculine who was romancing the feminine. But maybe, and I'm just going to put this out there, maybe Divine Feminine, you had your focus elsewhere, either family or some other aspect of your life that was not allowing you to really invest fully with your masculine. I'm just kind of getting that for some of you. Take it if it's reversed for your situation. But we do have the Magician right in the middle, which is all about manifestation. So if, let's just say, you're single at this point in time because there was a relationship that fell apart because of this Three of Swords, and you're in separation and you're not with anybody, you can absolutely manifest love in your life at this point, and possibly meeting somebody who can be your equal partner, who can be your ideal mate in this lifetime, and it can absolutely be a very romantic partnership. Look at this. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So if, it of course depends, Pisces, where you are at in your life, where you are at, for example, on your life purpose, your life path. Maybe your career is involved in there somewhere. You know, your work life, your personal life, your romantic life. With the Wheel of Fortune showing up, just know that in every aspect of your life, there could be some changes that are happening, but changes for the better. You know, this is what I like to call a turning point in your life for the better. This Wheel of Fortune, you know, theoretically, we imagine it to be constantly turning, but it doesn't always fall in your favor. This time around, it is falling in your favor. So take advantage of that opportunity to be able to manifest everything that your heart desires right now, especially if you're in between partnerships and relationships because people disappointed you, or you guys, as it says, you guys were just too young and maybe needed more time to mature. That's just how it's presenting itself here. But whoever it is that you are in separation from, they focus a lot on the memories that you guys have shared. And I can't help but feel that in their heart of hearts, there's a part of them that would love to be able to try again, to be able to reconcile with you. And they're acknowledging here they messed something up here. So right now, all they've got left are the memories, perhaps. All right, so now we can get into some dialogue here. So let's start with the Divine Masculine. I'll be pulling from my Thinking Man Oracle, Volume 2, and of course this is more geared towards a Divine Masculine male, but if it's a different energy for you, you know, because this can also represent male or female, it's just energy, so take it how it applies gender-wise. So we're focusing more so on the messages, so whoever represents the Divine Masculine in the relationship, this could be coming from them. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Pisces. What does the masculine want to say to the feminine? All right, we've got two messages. I'll be waiting for you. You arouse me intellectually, spiritually, sexually. Did I mention sexually? Okay, so clearly the attraction, the desire is there. And then we have, I love you, I love you, I love you. Is it sinking in yet? Wow. All right, so Divine Feminine, we clearly see here that we have a masculine who's really into you. And they're actually willing and waiting, willing, I can't speak today. They are willing to wait for you. So maybe you're just not ready. Maybe you need a little bit more time. Okay? But they're telling you here the love certainly is there, and the sexual attraction that they have for you, it's there. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some words on behalf of the feminine here. I'll be pulling from my Voices 2 deck here. So if there was a love triangle, there's healing for sure that needs to happen here. Hopefully that's a thing of the past because they still love you, Divine Feminine. So let's go ahead and grab some words on behalf of the feminine here. Angels and spirit guides, please. For the feminine, for Pisces. Thank you for making me the happiest I have ever been in my life. So no doubt you guys had shared some good times. Otherwise, you know, there wouldn't be this desire for a reunion. But look at this. I don't know if time will ever heal my broken heart. Here's the broken heart right here. And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be about a love triangle. However way your heart is hurting right now, Divine Feminine, and you're uncertain whether or not this is a fixable situation. Let's grab one more. And the sad part about that is, as you can see, you were very happy with your relationship, the masculine, the connection, but something happened here to hurt you. Let's grab one more. One more on behalf of the feminine for Pisces. We can't keep our hands off of each other, but who's complaining? Not me. I mean, clearly we see the sexual attraction and the chemistry there. It's there. We're not doubting that. But something happened here to hurt you. Bottom of the deck on behalf of the feminine, I'm giving you the silent treatment because there's nothing left to say. So there is no communication right now. So maybe this could be your divine masculine, for example, divine feminine, just telling you here that they still love you, that they're still very attracted to you. But it does seem that there is distance and time apart from one another. Okay, somebody who's acknowledging that they messed up. Clearly we have some unresolved issues here. Somebody's not there, someone's absent. Okay, so it's challenging, but there could be somebody here who reaches out to you wanting to reconnect, even if it's something as simple as an apology, as I've mentioned, or even just the desire for closure if you're not really open towards a reconciliation. All right, so let's go ahead and add to this. I wanted to go ahead and grab some song lyrics for some additional love messages. I'll be pulling from my heart songs as well as my heart songs of the 90s. So let's go ahead and grab some lyrics. If you're not familiar with the song, see if you relate to the lyrics. For Pisces. All right, song number 1. Okay. 12th of Never by Johnny Mathis. Until the 12th of Never, I'll still be loving you. And I really can't help but feel that that could be from the Divine Masculine. You know, I love you, I love you, I love you. Is it sinking in yet? Maybe they never had the chance to say it. Wow. We also have Wicked Game by Chris Isaak, which can sometimes be interpreted to be a song about infidelity, going after what we desire, but doing foolish things, okay? So the lyrics here say, the world was on fire and no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you, and I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. This could even be the third party speaking up. You know, it could have certainly been a strong connection with a third party, if that's a part of your story, or with the person that you're thinking about, but they did very foolish things, okay? And that ultimately resulted in a breakup. All right, let's go ahead and grab a couple more songs. And it could be, Pisces, that this person, even if you guys never reconnect, they'll always love you. They will always hold a very special place in their heart for you, even though you guys might not ever reconnect. And maybe you will always hold a special place in your heart for them. Angels and spirit guides, please. What else do we need to know? What other songs? As Long as You Love Me by the Backstreet Boys. Although loneliness has always been a friend of mine, I'm leaving my life in your hands. People say I'm crazy and that I'm blind, risking it all in a glance. And how you got me blind is still a mystery. I can't get you out of my head, don't care what is written in your history, as long as you're with me. But we clearly have a situation where there is distance here, so this might all be a fantasy of the masculines at this point. You know, and they could even be having friends or even family telling them, it's like, you know, you're crazy, just let it go, move on. But if they're completely blind to what is happening between the two of you, then that might ultimately be why there are challenges going on here. Could be a missed opportunity as well. Bottom of the deck, look at this, guys. I mean, wow, End of the Road by Boys to Men. Said we'd be forever, said it'd never die. How could you love me and leave me and never say goodbye? When I can't sleep at night without holding you tight, each time I try I just break down and cry. Pain in my head, oh, I'd rather be dead, spinning around and around. Although we've come to the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me, I belong to you. So, yeah, we've got somebody here, more than likely, that is still holding on to the hope, perhaps, that you guys can get back together, or they finally realize that it really is the end of the road, that this chapter is a done deal, and there's nowhere left to go, you know? And so what's left are the memories and the love, okay? And they could also be feeling very lonely because you guys are apart, but also recognizing perhaps that their actions had or have cost them this partnership. All right, so clearly we need some healing here. So let's grab some healing messages, Pisces. Angels and spirit guides, please. For Pisces, what do we need to know here? So that was a little bit on the challenging side, but the potential for you to be actually very successful in your life, love life, career, all of those things, it's possible, you know? Look at this. Romance, truth and integrity, manifestation, new beginnings, okay? So as far as your love life is concerned, as long as you are truly dealing with people who are being truthful and open and honest with you, and they're acting from a place of integrity, then that ultimately might give you the opportunity to connect with somebody that really can be either your soulmate or even your twin flame, your ideal mate, your life partner. That's what you have the capability to manifest. And then you've got new beginnings right here, you know? We also have forgiveness. We have focus. We have soulmate. And then you have balance, Pisces. So as you can see, soulmate, romance. I don't think you're going to be alone or single in this lifetime. That's not how you are meant to live this life. And so it really depends on what you are focusing on. You know, try to focus on positive things that you can manifest. And the way I see this card of forgiveness, we've all experienced disappointments in love and romance. And so if there is, for example, an ex who hurt you, who disappointed you, and for some of you guys, that conversation is done. It's the end of the road, and maybe you guys will never see each other again. And, you know, it doesn't serve you to be holding on to the bitterness and the pain and the anger and frustration. So there has to be forgiveness in your heart for what has happened in prior relationships. It's time for you to focus elsewhere, because the future, what it has in store for you, is love through a very special soul connection. That ultimately is what's going to restore balance in your life through this new beginning. You see? So let the past go. It has served its purpose, I feel, Pisces, and there's so much better coming in for you moving forward. The future looks pretty amazing. Okay? I'll leave that there, guys. If you're interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below. And I will see you next time. Take care.